Since the fall of the Red Pill movement, a lot of creators in the niche have been going down a path of anti-Semitism. One of these creators is the host of the Fresh and Fit podcast, Myron Gaines. And if you haven't heard of Myron Gaines, then all you need to know is that this guy is absolutely unhinged and gives the worst type of dating advice possible with his co-host, who's basically like the nobody of the show, Walter Weeks. You're probably wondering, why am I talking about this guy? Well, it's because there's some new drama going on basically on Twitter, where he's basically been tweeting a bunch of anti-Semitic stuff, and since then he found out, as he has also went into Twitter beef with me, out of all people, with me. And you're probably wondering, what does he have to do with you? How did he find you? Well, here's how. I basically featured him, and he was talking about how being fat is hurting America and how obesity is hurting America. And I agree with that. But seeing how it was Myron Gaines from the Fresh and Fit podcast, I was all like, right message, wrong person. And that's what I replied. And then I got a notification that said someone replied. And you'll never guess who it was. That's right, Myron Gaines. Baldhead Myron. And he basically said, oh wait, let's wait for this on Artard on X to go beat a better person. And he was like, oh wait, you won't. So STF up. And then I was like, hey, this guy is still not the right person. So I mentioned how many times he's not the right person and how he's just being a huge hypocrite with me. And seeing how he has a larger fan base than me, you would expect him to get to brutally ratio me. But no, I ended up getting more likes than his reply. And after I replied to him, he then basically said, anti-Semite, lol, I thought you were calling me a liar, you effing pussy. And then I decided to respond by saying I was using that to refer how he was being the wrong person and how his podcast is at an all-time low and his reputation is at an all-time low. And the replies from his fans are absolutely crazy. Like, I swear, ever since Fresh and Fit affiliated with Nick Fuentes, who's basically a white supremacist and a huge anti-Semite,
as a white supremacist, I'm curious to like what he said specifically that makes you think that.
Well, I did hear leaked audio of you comparing a white woman having sex with a dog to having sex with a black man, and saying that it was basically the same level of degeneracy, and that was like leaked audio. So I felt like that was kind of telling about what you might say behind the scenes.
Yeah, and
maybe that was a joke.
Well, no. I mean, I can explain
It didn't sound like a joke.
And I was saying that I'm against race mixing. I think that people should marry their own kind. So that's the part that wasn't recorded, is I'm saying I'm against race mixing.
Today, you know what else has got to go in a Christian society?
Democracy?
Well, this is a big one. This is a big one, okay? And this is going to be the controversial one, but this is the one. This is the only one that hates Jesus in the world. Not Hinduism, not Islam, not Buddhism. But the other thing that's got to go from the public life at the highest levels is this Talmudic Judaism.
America, they say diversity is our strength, you know? And I look at China and I look at Russia, who, can we give a round of applause for Russia? Yes. Absolutely.
And ever since Nick Fuentes got unbanned from Twitter, the app has been batshit crazy. Like, I'm telling you right now. Like, there's groypers everywhere who are keep on spewing anti-Semitic stuff. Even in my replies, where I basically said right message, wrong person. You have some people claiming I was a supporter of Israel and I support Ben Shapiro, and saying I'm 65 years old, when I'm not. And I'm also not really a supporter of Israel. Not to piss anyone off or anything like that. And you have some people who are basically saying slurred. And you had people who supported me under Myron's tweet. You had people who supported me and called Myron Gaines out for the person he is. Some saying you should go write Andrew Tate's meat, which I definitely think he should. He's been doing that ever since he started the worst podcast for dating advice of all time. And there was one tweet that said, damn, your post really attracted shitty old Myron, right? And I basically was like, why me? Why me? Why would he reply to me? That's not very alpha male of you, Myron. That's not very masculine of you. That's not very manly of you. You also had some people who said Fresh and Fit is for losers, which I agree as well. And you also had some people with me who said you would never talk shit in person. It's always behind a computer to a OF woman. And you're a biatch made pussy who's scared to debate Dean, who's basically like this liberal influencer who, there's a lot I disagree, but I'm gonna side with Dean over Myron Gaines out of all people. Like, Myron Gaines is a hateful person. And there's this one tweet that was very anti-Semitic, which said, fuck all Satanists worshipping Jews. Like, ever since Nick Fuentes got back on Twitter, there's been a huge surge in anti-Semitism. Thanks for watching my video for calling out the far right. We called out the far left and also the far right. A good double whammy for commentary. And anyways, subscribe to my channel, follow me on my socials. See you in the next one. Bye.